Hey guys, my name is Bart, and this video is actually inspired by one of your comments. Thank you for that, because this is the video where I'm going to show you my 3 tanks that I currently have. I'm going to show you what fish I'm keeping. I can also talk about the plants if you're into that, and I'm going to give you some overall details on how I got to the state of the tank. It's going to be awesome. Let's dive straight into it. So this is my first and largest tank. It's 120 centimeters wide or 47.2 inches, and it holds 240 liters or 63 gallons. And it's a freshwater aquarium, obviously. I upgraded this a couple of months ago from an 80 centimeter aquarium, and so far I'm super pleased. The fish that are in here are a school of rummy-nosed tetras. I think I've got like 12 of them at the moment. I've got ender guppies with a little bit of fancy guppy DNA mixed in, because I adopted one fancy guppy and now they're breeding. What else is in there? I've got two bristlenose catfish, a brown one and a yellow one. The yellow one is pretty large. The yellow one is a male and the brown one is a female, and they've actually been breeding in my aquarium, which is amazing. So every now and then again I see baby bristlenose catfish. Then there's a paradise fish. I adopted the paradise fish because someone else wants to get rid of it, and I was a little bit afraid that it wouldn't fit in my current stock, but actually it goes pretty well up until now. The only thing is that he or she, I'm not sure, likes to jump. So we had one small accident, but I quickly put the paradise fish back in the tank. Then I've got a couple of, or a pair of rainbow cribensis, rainbow cribs, dwarf cichlids, and they've also been breeding in my aquarium pretty recently. This is a couple of weeks ago, what you're seeing right now, and sadly there are only 4 babies left the last time I counted, but they're defending them like crazy. Their parents are super territorial. They're defending their territory like crazy. Then there is one clown pleco, but I hardly see this fish. So every time I see it, it's a real treat. Next, there are 2 catfish in here. I always forget the name, but they're awesome. I'll make sure to look up the name and paste it in the screen right here. I started with just one when I bought the aquarium from its previous owner, but they're a shoaling fish or schooling fish, so I bought another one, and ideally I would buy a couple more. And then there are, I think, 2 upside down catfish in this tank. They're fun, but I only see those fish when they're eating, so also not that often. It's a long list. It's a long list. And then there are rabbit snails. I really, really like the rabbit snails. And I think there are like 5 or 6 of them. I started with just 2, but they've also been breeding, which is great. Then there are some leftover shrimp. I know that's not really the way to call them, but I used to have shrimp. However, the rainbow cribs are super aggressive when they're breeding. So every time a shrimp comes close, it's basically game over for the shrimp. So I try to catch as many as possible, but every once in a while I still spot a couple. Then there might be 1 or 2 assassin snails in here, but I haven't seen those in a long time. And I think that's it. Then, to give you a rundown of the plants, if I can remember all their names, here on the left we've got Ludwigia repens. In the back, the long grassy plant, we've got Vallisneria. Then here in the front there's hornwort or coontail. And here even more in the front there's cryptocorinne. I think this is C. Polva. I'm not sure. Then all the way in the back over there, the green thing. Here, this is the tip of the leaf. That's an Amazon sword. Here in the front, we've got Lobelia cardinalis, very beautiful plant. In Dutch, we call this plant the stem plant here that needs trimming badly. That's called Ambulia. I also really like this plant. The red one is called Alternantera rosifolia in Dutch, or in Latin actually, just the Dutch pronunciation. Water wisteria over there. Here is a Anubias plant that's kind of struggling due to algae. There's some Java fern, there's some Bucciphilandra. There is, oh my god, what was this one called? The one in the center of the screen. Forgot this name. And then, oh look, here's one of the baby bristlenose catfish. What a cutie. And then in the back there, there's Bacopa. Oh my god. Bacopa Liliana or something like that. Difficult names. These names are difficult. But I really, really enjoy plants. There's some Java moss as well, right here. It's a little bit struggling due to algae, but hey, algae is just a struggle, right? Moving to the second aquarium, that's also in my room. The other one is just right over here. It's really close. And this aquarium is my attempt at a Dutch style aquarium. I've been getting some guidance and doing loads of research. And as of right now, let me check. This tank has been running for a month and a half. I've done about 4 trimming sessions. I made a super cool montage of one of those, so I'll link that in the top right corner. And this tank has a major focus on the plants. So I can start with the fish that are in here. There are 2 autosynclus catfish, and I totally forgot to name the other 3 autosynclus catfish that are in that aquarium over there. They should be in there. Then all the shrimp that I saved from the other aquarium are housed in this aquarium. So there are about 5 or 6 shrimp in here. And there are some guppies. Let me check there. Yeah, it's difficult for the camera to focus. It's very difficult for the camera to focus. There we go, maybe. Well, there are 3 guppies, and I put those fish in the tank when they were tiny, tiny babies. So it's fun to see them grow out. And then there are a lot of snails, and a lot of people will categorize them as pest snails. Let me see if I can find a snail somewhere on a leaf, for example, over there. There are, I think, maybe 100 of those snails. And those snails actually hitchhiked into the aquarium when I bought the plants. And I don't mind them. And the reason is that I know how to get rid of them if I ever want to get rid of them. And I know that they don't eat any of the healthy plants. They actually help keeping the aquarium clean, which is nice. Then there are a lot of plants. And to be completely untransparent with you, I am going to be making a course on how to do Dutch style aquaria. Like I said, I did a ton of research. I know all the rules because it's actually a very complex aquarium style. And I'm going to be making a course, so I'm going to keep the names of these plants for myself right now. I hope you don't mind, and if you are still around in, I don't know, 2 or 3 months, then I'm gonna have finished the course. And this is actually the first time I ever talk about it on my YouTube channel. Anyhow, we're kind of going off topic right here. Maybe I can... No, okay. I tried filming the shrimp. On this aquarium, I am running CO2, which is the fire extinguisher below. There's a regulator, and using an inline diffuser, I'm releasing bubbles of CO2 in the output of the filter. So right there is the filter output, and you can see the tiny bubbles. That's actually carbon dioxide that has not yet dissolved. As you can see, there is a wave maker, slightly dirty wave maker that's keeping the flow in check. And then all the way on the left over here, I've got a permanent CO2 tester that I use to see if I'm over injecting or under injecting CO2. So that's basically it on this tank. And then there's one tank to go that you've also never seen on my channel, and that's my turtle aquarium, and it's actually in our living room. So let's go there. Moving on to the third and final aquarium is my turtle aquarium, and I actually share this aquarium with my 7 housemates, which is why I have to do a voiceover because there were people and filming with other people present is super awkward. Um, so this is a turtle aquarium, and in this aquarium we house 2 musk turtles, and both musk turtles are, I think, almost 2 years old at this point. We got them when they were super tiny, and we chose musk turtles because they don't grow very large. So this aquarium is large enough for both turtles to grow until adult size. Then finding tank mates for musk turtles was kind of challenging, but we settled on a pair of rainbow cribs as well, just like in the first aquarium, and they were super pleased. So they also started breeding, and we've got like over 10 baby rainbow cribs that are actually growing quite large. So they're probably reaching the point where we sadly have to bring them back to the fish store because otherwise they're going to start fighting. So we've got the rainbow crib, 2 turtles, and 1 tiger barb. I know a schooling fish, and um, we started with a little more. However, they were, um, how do you say it, a little bit too stubborn, which meant that they got eaten by the turtles. Heartbreaking, but the truth. And this last tiger barb has survived for a long time. I think that as soon as I'm going to return the baby rainbow cribs to the store, that I'm also going to be taking the tiger barb. And as you can see, there's the adult couple. There's also 1 bristlenose pleco in this aquarium, um, but he's super shy and we only see him about once a month, so that's cool. I'm running a canister filter because the turtles are extremely dirty. So I'm running a large canister filter. There's no CO2. There are some plants, live plants as well. Many plants got eaten by the turtles, but we settled on Anubias, which was strong enough to resist the turtle. And there's Java fern and Java fern windelove, so a variety on the regular Java fern. There, there's also a lot of moss balls. Moss balls are not technically moss, they're algae, but they do filter the water, and although they get kind of shattered by, I think, both the turtles and the rainbow cribs, um, they are still pretty. Make sure to subscribe because that already concludes this tour of my 3 tanks. And I really hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions about any of the tanks, make sure to drop them down below in the comments. And as you know, this video was inspired by one of you guys. So if you've got any video ideas for me to do, also drop those down in the comments. I hope to see you around. I've got a lot of content already scheduled to upload on Monday and Thursday, and I'll see you guys around. Cheers. Thanks.